Hello everyone, it's Jeff with another new video. Last week was the most active I've ever been on the VC thus far. I posted 3 videos, which I doubt will ever happen again anytime soon. But you never know. And I'd actually made a 4th video last Friday, but I didn't post it because I was only operating on about 4 hours sleep because I'd worked a 12-hour night shift just the night before, and B, it was about rock biographies or autobiographies, and it's not the vinyl book community, it's the vinyl community. So unless that would pass with all of you guys out there, I could always remake it, but it just didn't seem like it fit the group, so I ended up deleting that video. I also did my first trade with a vinyl community member. I traded records with Brendan from his channel, which is called My Friend Morrissey. And I got that record yesterday, and I'll show you what I traded for. It was a copy of Dusty in Memphis. And I'd mentioned a couple videos back when I showed the Dusty Springfield Golden Hits album that I was looking for a copy of this album because I just had it on the list in my mental list of records to track down. Here's the back cover. Somebody wrote their name on it, but that's not too bad. I don't care about that. And Brendan got in touch with me. He said, "Hey, I got a spare copy," and I said, "Cool. You want to trade?" And he said, "Sure." So I'll let him show you what he got on his end if he decides to do that in a video of his own. But this is what I got. It's a very nice copy of Dusty in Memphis. Along with that one, he also threw in a comedy album by Billy Crystal. So I'll give it a listen. I don't care. It's fine. Hey, it was free. Why not? So looks like it's from the 80s. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, very active last week. A lot of feedback, a lot of subscribers, and I couldn't be happier. Everything seemed to go along very nicely. As far as on the listening side of things, 2 albums that I showed recently in my last couple of videos. I'm not going to show them here because you've seen them already. Very quickly, I'm just going to mention the Carole King Greatest Hits I listened to. It was fine. Enough said, really. I mean, I talked a little bit more about that in the other video than I will here, but I did give it a listen. It was a brand new record and it sounded great, so there you go. The other one I listened to was Superbad by James Brown. I think that's the thumbnail of that particular video that I talked about it in a couple back, and you find out the reason why James Brown was called Mr. Dynamite when you listen to Superbad. It's full of energy, and I could only imagine what it must have been like to see James Brown in his prime live back in the day. That definitely would have been another time machine concert that I would love to go to, or would have loved to go to. And whenever they invent time travel, if I'm still alive, hopefully I'll be able to do that. But yeah, that was a fantastic album, and I definitely want to add more James Brown albums to my collection. Right now, Superbad's the only one I have, but it was really fantastic. What I listened to yesterday is, this is a reissue of B.B. King's Live at the Regal. Out of the three Kings, B.B. King was the only one that I didn't have anything on vinyl. So this reissue came out. Here's the back cover. This must have come from the late 70s, probably early 80s, because it was released on MCA Records with that tan label instead of the rainbow label that a lot of the MCA record labels used. And because I'm a nerd for record labels, I know this because I have a 45 in my collection of Mama Can't Buy You Love by Elton John, and that came out in '79, and that was put on the tan MCA Records label. Why that tidbit of information is stuck in my head, I have no idea, but like I said, I'm a label nerd. So Live at the Regal is one of B.B. King's most famous, and for good reason. I mean, you've got on here pretty much his prototypical set. Every Day I Have the Blues, Sweet Little Angel, How Blue Can You Get, Please Love Me, You Left Me Baby, You Lost Your Good Thing Now. I mean, this is basically a greatest hits of his live. So I'm glad to have this, and there's probably at some point in the future I'll probably add more B.B. King. As far as favorites go among the three, I mean, I don't even know if I could even pick. They're all great guitarists. They're all great singers. Albert King seems to have a little more grit. He's a little more dirty with his guitar playing, and Freddie King is a little smoother, but he's got a great tone. And B.B. kind of falls somewhere in the middle. But yeah, I've been meaning to listen to this one. It's been at the top of my listening pile for a while, and so this is what I spun last night. As far as new acquisitions go, I have a record shipment due. Maybe it'll show this week. I'm hoping it shows before Thanksgiving. If not, it probably won't till maybe the weekend. But I did get one album, and I'll just show it to you right here. It's a copy of Funhouse by the Stooges. And this is a Rhino reissue that came out this year. And on the shrink wrap on the cover, it had a little sticker here that said, "Start your ear off right." And I think I remember David Michael making a video recently about the Rhino reissue series. But I'll just show you this is the back cover, but actually it's a gatefold that kind of becomes like one big picture, however you decide to look at it. And then you've got the inside gatefold here. When I found this on eBay, I was idly shopping on eBay one day last week. I came across this for $15. I'll buy it now. And these albums retail for much more than that. But the reason being of the discounted price was that the seller said that there was shipping damage and that the top corner seam of the album was split. But I don't care. I mean, I'm much more lenient to cover condition than I am to record condition. So I bought it, and when I got it, I, for the life of me, I can't find anything wrong with the seams anywhere. And aside from the corners look like this corner appears kind of dinged a little bit here. Other than that, this record's tip top. So I was happy to get it. And I have to show you the record because it's a reissue on color vinyl. turn it over on this side so you can see it straight. It's kind of like a pinkish marble type of vinyl. It's like a slightly dark pink, and it's sporting the green butterfly label that Elektra Records used in the 70s. So, record's brand new, and I couldn't be happier. Great. I have experience with this album. Way before I married my wife, back in another life, I had a girlfriend with a killer record collection. And that's kind of where I got my love of David Bowie and Iggy and the Stooges, because she had all of them. I mean, everything. Usually in original pressings, and it was fantastic. So I've listened to this album many times before, and I just wanted to add it to my collection. So yeah, this is pretty much front to back a classic album. So I'm gonna play. I haven't played this copy yet, but I will soon. But I can already tell you that this is a fantastic album, and pretty much all the Stooges albums are fantastic when you come right down to it, in my opinion. But yeah, I was happy to get a little bit of a deal on this one for a brand new copy, so there was that. All right, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter video. It's pretty much all I've got right now. Like I said, I've got a few records coming in the mail. Hopefully they'll arrive this week. If they do, and I have the time, I'll show them to you in another video. I'm going to cut it off here. Before I forget, I'd like to say thank you to Ronnie from Ronnie's Record Room for mentioning me in one of his videos last week. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be back soon. So if not, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Glad to have you all here, and that's it. I'll see you again soon. Take care.